I'm making come out. lọ sanwó next day jọ.
Kadigas.
Wọ́n máa bá kiri ni, wọ́n ní bá kiri ni ẹ̀. Kiri kiri ló wà ń bẹ̀.
Ìjọba fẹ́ fògbò lẹ́sìn.
Má dáhùn.
Àwọn jẹ́ fata àwọn onítẹ̀lé.
Báwo ni?
Abuja.
problem tó ní láyé ẹ̀rí náà mọ̀ pé tí dáadáa pásítọ̀ dé bá gùn jẹ́ gbogbo wọn kọ́ tó ń ṣe ní àrùwá fẹ́ kí Àgbàlájọbí jẹ gọ́vnọ̀ òun fẹ́ jẹ president tó òdìdó ọ̀fẹ́ máa rí. wọ́n lè wọlé ọkọ̀ owó Lagos sílẹ̀ fún òkú òfin campaign. tí àwọn ṣe pọ́lìtì ẹ̀ wọ́n máa ń gbé wọn lẹ́pàá gbogbo nǹkan tẹ̀yìn sọ yẹn láti bọ̀ nú ẹ̀yìn balaye ọ̀bọ̀ wọ́n máa ń dánù tó bá níbẹ̀ tó bá tàbí níbẹ̀ wọ́n balaye kì í lọ ẹjọ́ máa kó máa fọ̀rọ̀ wọn máa fọ̀rọ̀ wọn ní ìrìnàjò wọ́n mú kàtàrí wọ̀ sọ́wọ́ balaye kì í sára ẹ̀ kó tẹ́ gbọ́dọ̀ lánú alajulẹ̀ aláfẹ́ mú bẹ́ẹ̀ balaye kẹ̀ wọ́n ṣe mídìí lọ́tà wọ́n máa tẹ̀ mú yẹn bọ́ mídìí lọ́tà yẹn balaye wà lọ́tà kì í yẹ lọ́ flag èèyàn sọ́tà all of them are scheming what are we talking of. Balaye wọ́n jẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ ẹni tó bá ráyè smart lára àwọn mọ́lẹ̀. wàhálà sáàpù tó dálé ló láti mọ́lẹ̀ nínú ẹ̀yìn. Everywhere
This is going to be the Lagos State Liaison Office. Of course, this is where Lagos State government will, in the next 18 months, continue to roll out its major activities. When completed, it is expected to be the center point of Lagos activities. It is supposed to be a 5-story completed building. When completed, it is supposed to be the center point of all government activities. On the right is the Oyo State Liaison Office. On the left is the Plateau State Liaison Office. From
the Deputy Governor, Mrs. Latifa Okuno, wife of Chief Executive Council, Secretary to the State Government, high-ranking chiefs, Chairman of local governments. My name is Lekon Ogumbawo, and this is the first time I'm doing my job in Abuja. But I'm sure this is our first time of the history of Lagos State. We are gathered here this afternoon to lay the foundation complex in Abuja, which also is the day on which the seat of federal... This have a lot today. I have the honor and privilege.
Directors General, Your Highnesses, Obas and Chiefs and Gentlemen, I have to first of all apologize for that breach in the transmission of the protocol and make mention, special mention, Fatima. That's a unique occasion of a happy coincidence day of December 1991. The city of Lagos formally ceases to be the seat of the federal government as the presidency moves to Abuja, symbolizing the actualization of the declaration of the change of capital. It is worthy of note that the foundation stone of the liaison office of Lagos State, the first ever outside the state, is being laid on this same date here in Abuja. And so, Abuja, here we come, and I have the singular honor of welcoming all of you, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, to this ceremony of what must go down on record as a particularly historic trip to Abuja. And to recall that when the State Liaison Office was first established under the Military Governor's Office in 1988, many cynics felt that government was not ordering its priorities in the right direction. This erroneous view derived from the fact that both the seat of the state government and the erstwhile seat of the federal government were co-located in Lagos. Events have since proved the cynics wrong, because with the opening of the State Liaison Office in Lagos, the state government has become more than ever before closer to federal government agencies and other organizations in the private and public sectors of the economy. I am happy to note that the relative success and benefits derived from the liaison office in Lagos has spurred the state government on to establish an imposing liaison office complex in the new federal territory capital of Abuja. When the project is eventually completed, I am convinced that Lagos State will be more advantageously placed to extend its culture of excellence beyond River Niger. The establishment of the liaison office complex will undoubtedly open opportunities to Lagos State to further diversify her economic pursuits. Now that the political seat of the federal government is permanently conceded to Abuja, Lagos must seek its fortunes in consolidation and even enhancing her position as the nation's industrial and commercial bastion. The military governor, sir, the deputy governor of Lagos State, your royal highnesses, uncles and chiefs, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I have the honor, and I do bid you all very warmly welcome to this ceremony.
When it's still at the stage of so one of the songs you'll be listening to Fouché
of the Lagos State Government to the Ministry of Federal Capital Territory for allocating this plot of land to the State Government for the construction of its liaison office complex. It is a thing of immense pleasure and satisfaction to me personally to be here this afternoon to perform the laying of the foundation stone of the Lagos State Liaison Office Complex, Abuja. This is an epoch-making occasion in many respects. Firstly, for the very first time, a Lagos State property is being constructed outside the seat of government, and more importantly, this project, the foundation stone of which is about to be laid, stands tall among the numerous dream projects of Lagos State which have started to materialize, one after the other, largely because of the encouragement and support of the federal government and the determination of the good people of Lagos State. On an occasion such as this, one cannot help but reflect deeply on past achievements. In this regard, I'm particularly pleased to say that Lagos State has proved its mettle in the realms of purposeful administration in recent times. We have made a distinct mark in rural development, education, sports, agriculture, tourism, and health services, to mention but a few. The foundation stone laying ceremony of today is yet another addition to those achievements. As a matter of fact, and for general information, a temporary liaison office is already functioning at plot 639 Elefayon Street, Zone 3, Wuse District, Abuja, to facilitate the eventual movement of the entire office to the new federal capital. At this juncture, I wish to recall with pleasure and sincere gratitude to all those people who have contributed in one way or the other to the establishment of the liaison office in 1988, particularly my immediate predecessor, Commodore Mike Akibe. I also note with delight the efforts of the deputy governor, members of the State Executive Council, and the Secretary of the State Government in seeing to the quick and uninterrupted execution of this project. It should be recalled that it was an attempt to bridge the communication gap between the Lagos State Government and other government and private institutions and agencies that the liaison office was established in Lagos in 1988. It is commendable that the liaison office has since lived up to expectation within the scope of its statutory responsibilities. Now that the seat of the federal government has finally moved to the new capital, it has now become imperative that the state government should fully equip and serve the liaison office to a desirable and befitting standard. In view of the trust and confidence reposed in us by our people, realization of the desired changes in the nation's economy, social and political outlook depends in very large extent upon our abilities, perspective, and values, and we cannot therefore afford to fail. Hence, the foundation laying ceremony of the edifice to be known as Lagos House Abuja is also symbolic of our own little contribution to the solid foundation being laid by the present military administration for a greater Nigeria. The Lagos State Government, by its unique position and tradition of excellence, cannot afford to play second fiddle, especially in the provision of infrastructure facilities for its officers. This has therefore informed the need for an edifice that will forever remain a foundation of all eyes here in Abuja. Without doubt, the human resources of any organization are its most crucial asset, and it is only proper that a conducive environment be provided to induce optimal performance. The new liaison office complex has no doubt taken care of all details necessary in this regard. It is pertinent to observe that the land allocated by the Federal Capital Development Authority for the office complex is 3,780.35 square meters, and the 4-story building that will be put in place will provide for the following among other facilities: transit offices of the governor and the deputy governor, transit offices for top government functionaries who may have official transactions in Abuja. Ultra-modern exhibition hall with storage facilities. An auditorium with a capacity of 300 and facilities such as changing room, kitchen and conveniences. Adequate accommodation for all categories of staff, adequate parking spaces and general landscaping, and your statue to depict the underlying culture of Lagos State will stand in front of the building. Participation in the remaining program on the transition agenda is therefore very important. We are at the threshold of the dawn of the new social, economic and political era. Having successfully gone through the most critical segment of the transition program, we must eschew all forms of bitterness and rancor and shun the ignominious antics of the few disgruntled elements among us to foment trouble. Government on its part is determined more than ever before to make Lagos State a showpiece in Nigeria. Our destiny is in our hands and we cannot afford to let ourselves down. At this stage, I wish to inform that the contract for the construction of the State Liaison Office Complex, Abuja, was awarded to Mr. Odigiani Nigeria Limited. As I have earlier indicated, the package has provision for structures and facilities required to ensure that the basic needs of a truly modern office complex are available. It is hoped that the contractors and of course the consultant, Mr. Ames Consultants Nigeria Limited, will ensure that all hands are on deck to make the time schedule of the 18-month completion period. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, now that Lagos State has made its debut on the Abuja scene, we wish to assure you, our host government, that with greater encouragement and support, we are prepared to reach out more to contribute to the orderly development of a modern federal capital territory here in Abuja. An era of meaningful socio-economic advancement has been set in motion in Lagos State, and the zest of the people, as well as the needs of coming generations, are bound to keep the motion at full throttle. Towards this end, I use this occasion to appeal again to the Ministry of Federal Capital Territory for allocation of additional plots of land for the construction of staff quarters and VIP chalets to complement the ongoing development. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I now have the pleasure to formally lay the foundation of the Lagos State Liaison Office Complex, to be known as Lagos House, to the glory of God and for the benefit of all our people. I thank you for your attention.
You would take care about it? Sir, this way, sir. Yes. Oh, sir. Action. Come on.
To create the culture of democracy. After fact, what we have here is the masquerade, the mask of the hands, the stars.
And we gave the building the effect of the masquerade and people rushing towards
that is divided into two sections. One, the component for the government
and the then internally we have an open atrium, and at the rear we have the whole facility of the design office. We hope that the government which approves soon the project of the governor's list is now designed to be constructed at the Abuja district, which is around 10 minutes drive from here, and we are hoping where we have the direct access to the governor, then after the deputy governor, we have the internal atrium and the auditorium. We have separate access inside the building. We have now began the foundation work. We will try to enter the site. We will celebrate when we work concrete for the foot.
Governor, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, whilst we serve refreshment, we'll be listening to some background music by the Lagos State Standing Troop. And I'd like to inform Mr. Adeajayi to prepare. He will be making his first speech here as Lagos State's Ambassador Plenipotentiary in Abuja.
thanks to God for sparing our life today to witness this great occasion. As has been earlier said, today is the first time since the creation of this state that the state is constructing a building outside Lagos State. Secondly, I wish to express our appreciation to the state governor for his dynamic leadership. He has contributed a lot to the taking off of this particular project. This is not the first time he has acted as a soldier. If we will recall, about 40 hours ago, his APA now is not the APA we used to know in the civil service. Administration Performance Evaluation Report was written, signed, and sealed by the head of state. It is only left for us to put it in an envelope and enclose it in the relevant part. So on behalf of everybody in the state public service, I say thank you for your effort in making Lagos State the first among equals. Thirdly, I have to express a profound gratitude to the Deputy Governor for our role in making today a reality. Because without her and our committee, the occasion of today shouldn't have been possible. So we are grateful, ma'am. To the members of the State Executive Council and the Secretary of the State Government, I say an advice and thorough debate on matters affecting Lagos State Liaison Office. I could remember vividly the hot debate you had during your meetings before you arrived at the award of the contract. If not because of the way you have acted promptly, it will be very difficult for us to perform this ceremony before the end of this administration. So we are grateful.